everybody. Welcome to Otaku Saga. I'm Rizzo.
I'm Zero.
And I'm DK. On this episode of Anime Reaction, we watched episode 2 of Berserk 2016.
If you want to check out our reaction to the second episode of Berserk 2016, hit that link in the description below.
And be sure to give us feedback in the comment section because we love hearing from you.
And as always, if you like what you see, subscribe to Otaku Saga, and don't forget to like and share our videos. And thanks for watching!
Yeah, so I said it during the end credits, but I did like this episode better than the first. I think the animation was a little less jarring, probably more because I knew what to expect. There were still a couple of shots where I was like, ooh, I don't know that 3D really worked there, but it is what it is. I also like this episode a little bit better because there was less Bach. Right up until the end.
Or less,
little less
Bach was less annoying. Really.
Yeah.
I think, like, in this one specifically, I think that the Knight of the Bridge, his 3D looked kind of strange.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the fight between Guts and him, but when outside of that, or when it just looked at his armor or something like that, and he was having that dialogue, it looked a little strange to me. So that's probably my weird-ish part of that.
Okay.
My thing is, like the actual name characters seem to be okay. Like Guts is animated well. The commander was animated well. The guy, the smiley dude with the squinty eyes.
What was his name? Serpico?
Yeah, Serpico and the Knight of the Bridge were all animated pretty decently. What really, I guess, irritates me more or less is the, having all the other knights. Because you could tell that they're kind of half-assed and they don't really move like humans do.
That is kind of true. When they're kind of marching, trying to advance on Guts, it does seem kind of half-assed, but when they're chopped in half...
Oh, well, that was excellent.
That was the most excellent.
Yeah.
They served their purpose in the animation.
Yeah, and then, as we said during the credits, the pacing was a little bit better in this episode.
Oh, much better.
A little bit more standard, which was actually kind of good.
Yeah.
And
then, as I mentioned in the reaction, and I'm going to get a little bit more into detail in here. In the original anime series, there was a few episodes, like back-to-back episodes, where it was a very slow-paced time. And I mean, it was a lot of backstory for Guts, and then it was a lot of backstory for the Band of the Hawk, and it was like back-to-back slowness with not much action at all. For me, those parts are, I don't remember them, unfortunately. So like.
Well, yeah, they don't have that much of an impact.
Well,
they're not that memorable.
Yeah, when you're talking about a series that's as long as Berserk is, and when you're talking about a series that you watched as long ago as you watched Berserk, I'm sure a few things can slip through the cracks.
Yeah, and you remember more of the original anime than I do, so there you go. I know, I'm sorry.
I did like in this episode them doing the flashbacks in the original style. I thought that was really a nice touch.
Well, that seemed like callbacks to scenes from the original series, but actually done more in the style of the current work, but not in like the full-on 3D like you get in the fight scene. So you had that same texturing.
It was the same texturing, but it looked more like 2D animation rather than 3D.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's.
It was really odd for, like, it was like almost whiplash the first time I saw it.
Mm-hmm. The 3D or
the 2D?
Okay.
Going from the 3D to the 2D was, wow. Completely took me off guard.
And for a flashback scene, I absolutely love it. Just kind of makes things seem just a little fuzzy. And I love how, like, the just straight line like texturing they put in for just about everything. it definitely gives it a rougher appearance, which I think works absolutely wonderful for a series like Berserk.
And I really do want to see exactly how much they've changed between the original scenes and the scene that they're showing, and how much, if they've condensed or if they've stretched out, or if they, I can tell the animation differences just a little bit, but it's polished. I think in this iteration of those scenes, it's a lot more polished.
Actually, I was going to say almost the opposite. I think it's rough it up a little.
I think a lot of that has to do with the newer animation techniques, because I'm sure when the original Berserk came out, it was mostly like, it was before they started using like computers for in-betweens and things like that.
Right, it was still hand painted on cell.
Yeah, so it was still hand painted cells.
The reason why I say polished is because there was
like the actual movement.
The movement, the different color gradients on the face. In the original anime, I remember that there was like, you only saw like maybe two color palettes per skin tone.
Yeah.
In this one, I could see a lot more of that. That's why I'm saying.
Okay.
It looks rough, but at the same time, the coloring and the texture and some of the other things is really polished.
Okay.
And that's why I think it probably has to do with the techniques used.
Right.
And that's coming.
You can get a lot more detail.
Part of manipulation definitely improved since 1997.
And that's also coming from two different artists. We do draw, and things like that.
So,
not as often,
We try.
Not as often as some people, but not as good as some people either, but we try.
Well, practice.
Right?
Or practice.
So,
Never enough.
we have left off this episode with the Guts riding off literally into the sunset with
Into the night, I would
Into
say.
the night.
night. Yeah, I guess. Riding off into the night with the commander chick
Kidnapped and topless.
kidnapped and topless
And freshly whipped.
and freshly fucking whipped.
And that was after the self-flagellation. What is man? Wrote Shakespeare. Guts is man. I mean,
And-
as old school and misogynistic as it sounds, that's the very image of macho right there.
And the other thing is, like, personally, I know he has like no interest whatsoever in doing anything with this one.
Well, yeah.
No interest. So much to the point where I can't even begin to make a sex joke during the anime.
Right.
But that's what makes his little remark, or any like remarks or what he does with her, all the funnier.
Yeah.
Charming, huh? That is, you don't expect that much from Guts. When he says it, it just makes it funny.
Shut up, or I'll just knock you out again.
Yeah, real quickly, I did want to talk about the scene where he collapses and gets captured. So, it very quickly showed like a piece of wood being thrown against his wound. And I think that was by the squid guy.
Yep,
Had to be.
that was. He was like
That,
woo.
yeah,
I
I kind of want to see more of that guy.
I think we're going to see more of that guy, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, it showed him in the very last frame, getting ready to be haunted by the spirits that are pursuing Guts. But, yeah, he's definitely going to be featured more.
He's probably going to be the fight of the week next week.
Could be, yeah.
As like this week, it was the Night of the Virgin.
Yeah.
That was
That was
excellent.
awesome.
And yeah,
That cosplay could pull off, maybe.
that pole, man, that pole was sick. I want.
Right?
It's like a double-sided sword breaker.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
awesome.
Pretty much. Let us know what you thought about the anime and our reaction in the description below.
Yep, thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't.
But that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Anime Reaction. As always, I'm DK.
I'm Zero.
And I'm Rizzo.
See you next time.